This October 20th through the 22nd, TFCon Orlando at Doubletree by Hilton Hotel Orlando at SeaWorld with special guests Bob Budiansky, Victor Caroli, Dan Gilvison, Gary Chalk, Richard Newman, Alex Milne, David Sobloff, and Casey Kohler. Meet mediocre YouTubers Bert the Stormtrooper, Deluxe Baldwin, Diecast Norbs, Engineer Hoist, Fire Talks, Ghost Prime, Cato's Collection, Patriot Prime, Rodimus Primal, and Treebot. If you see them, make sure and say hi. You'll most likely find them at the bar. That's TFCon Orlando in October. Be there!
Autobots, roll out!
I'd like to take a moment to thank my channel members. Thank you. It's continued support like yours that keeps this channel growing. And if you haven't already, please consider joining today. Hello and welcome to That's Just Prime, and today we're going to be taking a look at the Data Clerk Orion PAX, and I love this toy. Now this figure comes from the Humble Origins 2-pack that also comes with a Senator Shockwave figure, and I've got mine thanks to Patriot Prime. My good friend Patriot Prime actually ordered this set. He's reviewed it on his channel, so I'll put a link for that right there. And he really liked Shockwave, but he really didn't like the Orion PAX figure all that much. I am interested in the Orion PAX. However, I have no interest in Senator Shockwave. So we split the cost. He kept Shockwave, I kept Orion PAX, and we both got the figure that we wanted. So thanks, Patriot Prime. Love doing these splits with you. So, and I got myself a cool little Orion PAX figure here. So Orion PAX here is actually a very minor retool and obviously repaint of the Siege Hound figure. And I'm looking at the windshield because as I'm looking at them side by side, I'm just making, the windshield has been retooled and the hood has been retooled. Other than that, and the bumper, other than that, the rest of the figure is pretty much the same. So it's an odd choice for an Orion PAX figure. So he's kind of like a little Cybertronian Jeep dune buggy kind of a vehicle. Again, odd choice for Orion PAX, but I like it. I dig it. He rolls really, really nicely, and really not much more difference other than just being a repaint of that Siege Hound. He does come with a couple of weapons, so we do have the same rifle and the little barrel piece that we got with Hound, so you can tab that in there. So you got yourself a little barreled weapon, which we'll do later. But for vehicle mode, you can take the little barrel, plug it into the back right here, and you can take the weapon and mount it up there. I like that. That looks pretty cool to me. Now, he also comes with this axe, which I just don't care for. I just don't care for the axe. That's just me. But it's got a couple of pegs, so you can plug it around in different spots. I think the way they tell you is to plug it there like that, and then put the gun in the middle. Which, yeah, I don't really care for that at all. So, again, what I like to do is just take the axe off. You can't. I just set the axe off to the side. Now, you can set the gun in the middle there. You can do that, but having been in the military, usually they're over the passenger side. So that's what I like to do. I think that looks pretty cool right there. He's approximately 4 inches long, about 2 inches tall. Couple of comparisons. Here he is with his mold mate Hound. So you can see the differences here, how they look together. So you can see the windshields are different. The front of the vehicle is different. The grille is different. The bumper is different. Other than that, pretty much the same everywhere else along the rest of the vehicle. The little backpack piece here is all the same. Let's see. Looks like the back here is a little different. Hound has these taillights molded in where PAX does not. So the back fenders are a little different. Yeah, the pieces here that make up his legs that become the back fenders, those are also retooled right there. So there you go. So you can see what the two of them look like together. Here he is with my personal favorite interpretation of Orion PAX to date. This is the one that was redone from Cup, and I think this is just the perfect mold for PAX. I just love it. And I got a little trailer. I got to do a video on that trailer that Larkin sent me. So there you go. So you can see what the two of them look like together. And did I want? Yeah, let's go ahead and do this guy right here too, just because I have him there. I haven't reviewed him yet, but there you go. So you can see what the two of these guys look like together. And while I'm transforming these figures, let's talk about a couple of shows that we've got coming up. So the first one, you just saw the announcement at the beginning of the video. TFCon Orlando is happening October 20th through the 22nd at the DoubleTree Hilton Hotel Orlando at SeaWorld. This is going to be a very fun event. If you're going to be coming to this one, you can run into myself, Deluxe Baldwins, Diecast Norbs, Fire Talks, Ghost Prime, Kato's Collection, Patriot Prime, Rodimus Primal. We're all coming. Now, this is not a show that we're going to be attending in an official capacity. We're just there as regular congoers. So, you know, it's just kind of a thing we started a couple of years ago in Baltimore. We all went to the show and met up and just kind of hung out together and made it a thing. And it's kind of become our thing that we just try to do. It's going to be a lot of fun. Patriot Prime is actually coming down a couple of days early. He's going to be spending a week with me here in my home. So we're just going to be hanging out, and I'll be introducing him to Florida and doing fun stuff like that. So, yeah, we're going to be at the show, TFCon Orlando 2023, October 20th through the 22nd, the DoubleTree by Hilton Hotel Orlando at SeaWorld. If you see us, come up and say hi. You know, introduce yourself, let us know who you are, come and talk to us. It'll be a lot of fun. The other show that I want to talk about, this show I am going to in an official capacity, and that's going to be Free Play Florida, which is happening November 17th through the 19th at the RP Funding Center in Lakeland, Florida. This is my annual gaming convention. I love this show. I cannot tell you how much I love this show. So what this show is basically put together by a bunch of people like myself who are private owners, collectors of old arcade machines. We like to collect and restore them. And so we basically put together the largest arcade in Florida for an entire weekend. The show is called Free Play, so you don't need any quarters. Once you pay to get in, once you're in, that's it. No more quarters. You find a game that you want to play. If nobody's playing it, walk up, hit the button, and start playing it. Free Play Florida. We've also got, besides having, the largest arcade in Florida for a weekend, there's also going to be shows. There's going to be concerts. There's going to be panels, world record setting events. Every year there's somebody there setting a world record in a video game, which is, it's intense. It's a lot of fun to watch. So that's going to be Free Play Florida, November 17th through the 19th at the RP Funding Center in Lakeland, Florida. I'm going to finish transforming these, and we'll get back to the reviews. Transforming Orion PAX is very simple, and if you know Hound, then, it's the exact same thing. Now, I do have a tolerance issue with this figure that I did not ever experience and still do not experience with Hound. I'm hoping maybe it's just this copy and not just something that's going to be common across this mold. So we'll just take the little feet pieces right here and just kind of flip these up. And then the hood, the front fenders are going to unpeg, and then this is supposed to use this joint to kind of just angle out like that to get it out of the way in order for you to transform the legs. Now, I'm being very careful here. This part of the joint right there, where they clip in there and there, on this piece, on this copy, is extremely loose, and it just falls off constantly. Again, not a problem that I have with Hound. So we'll see what happens here. We'll rotate these up and over. We just kind of got to work them around that little roof piece there. So far, so good on that one. And then on this one, let's see. So far, so good. Okay. So they didn't pop off. That's good. And then you can just bring this around and tap that into place right there. Straighten out the foot. So it's this piece of the hinge right here. You can kind of see how that's a C. And on mine, it's like really wide open. Both of them are like that. And they tend to fall off all the time when I'm transforming this figure. That is probably the first time since I've owned this figure that I have ever transformed it without those popping off. That's been just because I'm being careful for the video, but that's probably the first time they haven't fallen off. Just be aware of that. Hopefully that's just something with this copy and not something that's going to be general across the mold. So we're going to take the arms right here. We're going to pull these up. These were tabbed into the legs, and I guess I untabbed them when I moved the legs out of the way. And then we're going to bring these out and straighten out the arms. Bring these out, straighten out the arms right there. Do I have it right? I do not. Straighten out the arms that way and rotate the wrist. I have the arms backwards. And rotate the wrist. Bring the chest down. We're going to want to open these back as far as they'll go. Bring down the chest and then close these up again. There's a little tab right there that's going to go in there, which is very tight on this one. There we go. You heard that snap. It's super tight on this one, which I actually like. I do appreciate that. And then finally, we're going to take the back of the car right here. This little engine piece here is going to rotate inwards into the, I guess what was the cab. It does tab into place, and then this is going to come down in that tab, or that slot rather, is going to go into that tab there to make everything solid. And there, we've got Orion Pax in his robot mode, standing at approximately 5.5 inches tall at the top of the head. And again, odd choice for Orion Pax. But you know me, if it's got red and blue and you tell me that it's related to Optimus, you're going to get my money. So, odd choice for Pax, but one that I'm actually quite enjoying. And Siege Hound is a pretty solid mold anyway, so it was it's a fun choice, at least for me. It doesn't work for a lot of people, and I get that. Other than the hinges on mine, but other than that, I mean, it's a fun enough figure for me, and it looks good on my prime shelf. Articulation wise, head is on a ball joint. You can move up and down, side to side, in bit of inquisitive tilting. Shoulders can go forward and backwards, all the way around, in and out. Rotation at the bicep, bend at the elbow, and rotation at the wrist. Rotation at the waist. Legs can go forward that far, back that far, in and out. Rotation at the thigh, right there. Super bend at the knee. And then, of course, you got ankle tilts for days on this guy. So, posable as well. Again, it's the same mold as Siege Hound, which is a pretty solid figure. So, it just seems like the tolerances the second time around were not the best. I hope we do not see these tolerance issues when they give us, I don't know if it's going to be Studio Series or if it's going to be Buzzworthy Bumblebee or whatever, but they're gonna remake that Hound mold into a G1 or a movie, cartoon or original G1 movie Hound. So hopefully the tolerance issues won't be an issue with those. Coming in close, taking a look at the face sculpt. Absolutely love that face sculpt. And again, not the most Orion Paxy head sculpt that we've ever seen. Again, this is my personal favorite. I think this is like the best representation of G1 Orion Pax. So you can see quite a departure from that Orion Pax. But again, if it's like a comic book thing, or then maybe he looks more like he did in the comics. I don't know. I'm not familiar where this idea comes from. I just like that they painted him red and blue and called him Orion Pax. So it's just me going all the way around. We do have the hollow legs, same issue that we have with the original Hound. Other than that, pretty solid figure. Looks really nice. We have this axe. If you want to give him the axe, he can hold the axe. Axe. I don't care about the axe. But he does have this port back here, so you can peg it in there. Pegging. And that works all right. And then he's got the rifle. It's the same rifle as Hound, so you saw the little barrel piece right here. It just kind of tabs into the side there to make for that ammo drum, which is pretty cool. You can give him that. And again, he's a data clerk, so why he has a battle axe and a mini gun with a barrel ammo, an ammo drum, I don't know. Data clerk gun postal, but whatever. They gave him weapons options, so you can play with him. Couple of quick comparisons. Here he is with, again, my personal favorite interpretation of Orion Pax, so you can see what the two of them look like together. Here he is with his mold mate Hound, so you can see how the two of them differ. And I think they did a pretty good job of conveying two different characters out of the same mold. That looks pretty good. You can tell they're related, but not the same character, so I like that. Here he is with Bludgeon, since we showed him off. Bludgeon is quite a bit bigger than him, so you can see what the two of them look like together. And of course, we gotta show him off with Optimus Prime in case my battery goes dead. I always keep Optimus Prime here on my shelf so you can see what the two of them look like together. Very cool figure. Again, this is one of those. It's really targeted at a very particular audience. Someone like me who's obsessed with collecting Optimus Prime and Optimus Prime related figures like an Orion PAX. This really speaks to me, and being able to go in on it with Patriot Prime so that we split the cost. He kept the figure he liked. I got the figure that I liked. If you can do something like that, he's worth getting. Again, for me, it wasn't worth getting the 2-pack because I just was not interested in the figure that he comes with. And I don't know that this is a strong enough figure on its own to justify the price for the 2-pack itself. So if you can find it and you can do a split with someone the way we did, hey, that's great. Go for it. Otherwise, he's an easy pass unless, of course, you're obsessed with Optimus Prime like myself. And I think that about does it for the Humble Beginnings Data Clerk Orion PAX. What do you think of this figure? Let me know down in the comments. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time on That's Just Prime.